In this video, we're going to look at rationalization. So to rationalize means to make free the denominator from the root sign. So if I have a root sign, maybe a root of 2 minus some value, then to make sure that in the denominator, if this is my denominator, maybe on top, my numerator I have 1 plus uh, 2, to make sure that this sign uh, does not exist anymore, then that is called rationalization. So now to rationalize the denominator, we must be able to follow some rules. So we have that if you have a fraction of the form 1 over root of a, so to rationalize this, what you have to do is to multiply the top and the bottom by the root of a and their root of a. Then you have root of a over, so this then becomes over a. Secondly, when you have 1 over root of a plus the root of b, what you do is you multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. So the conjugate of the denominator is the sign in between there is going to change to going to be root of a minus root of b. So that is the denominator. So when you multiply this, the bottom and the top by this, you have that you will get root of a minus root of b divided by, then what you get down is, so that will be root of a squared, since that's the conjugate, minus root of b squared. Then you have that root of a minus root of b divided by a, since the square there will cancel out, then a minus b is what you have down. Now let us look at some questions. So we have these questions that say rationalize the denominator of each of the following. Rationalize the denominator of each of the following. So what are we going to do? So in the first one, we have that 3 divided by root of 5 plus square root of 2. So here we multiply the denominator and the numerator by the conjugate of the denominator. So of which that is root of 5 minus square root of 2, then also down square root of 5 minus square root of 2. So from here, what are we getting? So when we multiply 3 there, so we have 3 is going to be multiplying the entire axis, those 2 there, root 5, square root of 5, and also square root of 2. Then in your bottom, what you're going to have is that, so these multiplying with this and that, so you just square. So when you have such where there's a minus here and dealing with these sides, you just square. So as we did a to be a squared, then minus, you put b squared there, so it was has to be minus there in between. So that would be root of 5 squared minus root of 2 squared. So from here now, what you do is you're going to have 3 root of 5 minus root of 2. Then down you get 5, when that cancels out, 5 minus, so this goes with that, then you have 2. Then you have 3 in the denominator remain. So you have 3 root of 5 minus root of 2 there divided by 3. So the 3 can divide with that 3 there. Then you just have root of 5 minus the root of 2 remaining in the numerator, so which just becomes your final answer now, like that. So we have rationalized the first question. Now let us do the second question. So the way we are going to do the second question, we multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. So that will be 1 plus root of 2, then I have 1 minus root of 2. So the conjugate in this case is going to have what? A positive sign. That would be positive root of 2. Then I have 1 plus root of 2. So from there, what do I do? So I'll multiply. So when I multiply the 2 on top, I'll get 1 plus 2 root of 2 plus 2. So just multiply the same way you do with algebra. So divided by, then what do I get in the bottom? So for the bottom one, I'll get that 1 squared is going to be, so this will give me 1 squared, then I have minus the root of 2 squared. So this is going to just be equal to 1 plus 2 root of 2 plus 2, then divided by 1. So the square there goes and you remain with 2. Then here this will give me negative 1. So this gives me negative 1 in the denominator. So then this I can add 1 and 2 in the numerator, then I get 3. That would be 3 plus 2 root of 2 divided by negative 1, and that will just give me negative 3 minus 2 square root of 2. So that's the final answer. Let us do the last question. So the last question, how do we solve that last question? So last question, what we do is we will multiply the same by the conjugate of the denominator. So that will be root of 3 minus 2 divided by root of 3 minus 2 root of 5 multiplied by root of 3 plus 2 root of 5. Then there again root of 3 plus 2 root of 5. That's the conjugate. So what do I get when I multiply what is on top? So when you multiply what's on top, you get 3. Since this 3 multiplies with a 3 first, then the square cancels out, then you have 3 remain. Then when you do the second part, you get 2 root of 3 root of 5. Then what do you get next? So next you get, okay, my space here will be small, let me write it down. So here you will get 3 plus 2 root of 3 root of 5 minus 2 3 minus 4 root of 5, then divided by, squaring that, you get 3 minus 4 by 5, because when I multiply this 2 by 2 I get 4. Then this root, square root of 5 and 5, they cancel and I remain with 5, so it multiplies 4 by 5. Then what I will get in the numerator will just remain the same and will not change, but my denominator, when I work out that, I will get negative 17. So your final answer will just be over negative 17 there. You just have negative 17. So that's how you rationalize that we have removed the root in the denominator, and that's how we rationalize.